Hello and a very warm welcome to yet another brand new episode of Colors of India, your weekly cultural diary on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Teena Jha, bringing before you the best cultural performances in the city in the week gone by. First up, the highlights of today's episode. We begin this week with a multimedia dance production based on the Mahabharata. Followed by a mixed media art show. And finally, presentation of two dance choreographies in Bharatnatyam and contemporary styles. To celebrate the spirit of music and dance, a 5-day dance festival on Indian choreography was organized at the Purana Kila in Delhi by the Sahitya Kala Parishad. On day 1 of the festival, the Sadhya group performed the ethereal game of dice. Take a look for yourself.
In the moving history of our land, from time immemorial, great minds have been born and nourished and inspired to heroic deeds by the Mahabharata. Vyasa's epic is one of our noblest heritages, one that strengthens the soul and underlines, as nothing else does, the vanity of ambition and evil and the futility of anger and hatred. The Mahabharata belongs not only to India, but to the world, transcending as it does regionalism, and through it, the essential oneness of the human family.
The Game of Dice by Sadhya Group sums up the story of Mahabharata in a dance sequence. It brilliantly captures some of the most memorable episodes of the epic, and having Purana Kila as a backdrop to this performance makes the production even more power-packed.
The dice rolls in. Shakuni's scheming mind wreaks havoc on peace. Duryodhana becomes a slave to perverse pride. The lustful Dusasana revels in the vilest of deeds. Yudhishthira is reduced to a mere puppet. The high-souled Pandavas, despite godlike strength, are subjected to unprecedented suffering. Draupadi, the most unfortunate of queens, bears agonizing humiliation. Krishna's scintillating divinity and purposefulness pervade the whole epic. Indeed, it is difficult to find anywhere such vivid portraiture on so ample a canvas.
Today we are going to present one of our production, Game of Dice, that is based on Mahabharata. And it's a very appropriate venue, especially for this production, because we are performing in Indraprastha. And this was the Pandavas' place where they stay long back. And this whole episode is the dice episode, where Pandava are playing the Chaucer game with the Kauravas and with Shaguni and all, and they lost themselves everything. Until from there to the Kurukshetra war we are showing in this program today.
The thrill and suspense peaks when Yudhishthir is tricked into gambling by Duryodhan and Shakuni. The Pandav brother ends up losing his entire kingdom, wealth, and even his wife to the Kauravas. The music gets louder as Draupadi is dragged into the men's court. and Krishna saves her honor with his divine trick.
दो बड़े फेमस एक्ट्स हैं। एक तो चौसर गेम का जो एक्ट था जहाँ पर द्रौपदी का चीरहरण होता है, और दूसरा भीम की जो प्रतिज्ञा लेता है वो दुशासन को बीच में से फाड़ने की और उसकी अंतड़ियों से द्रौपदी के बालों को रंगने की जो वो प्रतिज्ञा लेता है, इन दो एक्ट्स पे निर्धारित है ये।
The performance gives a new twist to contemporary style. The style draws different elements from different dance forms, mostly Kathakali and Mayurbhanchao. It also uses some martial art forms to depict the face-offs between the Pandavas and the Kauravas, especially during the war.
This theme is taken from Mahabharata, the game of dice. So, which will be presented through the form of Chau and many other Indian forms, Indian dance forms. So, similarly, there is a tale behind every performance.
The dance sequence is choreographed by dance guru Santosh Nair, who plays the crucial role of Shakuni.
इसके जो कोरियोग्राफर हैं वो मेरे गुरु मिस्टर संतोष नायर हैं. So he's trained in Kathakali and Mayurbhanchao and contemporary. So he has tried to draw from these classical dance forms of India and try to create an experimental production which is based from Mahabharata.
The game of dice also comes across as a visual treat. The music and costumes have been tweaked and experimented with to give the production a dramatic and vibrant look.
this whole production is based on innovative contemporary dance, where we are using a lot of text elements in the performance, because there are different elements like theaters and the movement through music and through text.
Mahabharat's riveting plot and the intense performance gets the audience to the edge of their seats. The Game of Dice truly encapsulates the timelessness of the great epic and sends out a message that is relevant even today. Well, this unique dance presentation was more like a conversation between consciousness and energy. The production is interspersed in various sections with our own interpretation of both the characters and their conflicts during the play. With that, time for a short breather. We'll be right back. On the other side, we'll explore the marine universe through art. Welcome back after the break. Next, we take you to an exhibition in Delhi where some of the brightest and the most colorful pieces of sea glass were replicated in paintings. Ever wondered how their sharp edges are softened by seawater and abraded by sand? You get all the answers in this story. Gallery in Delhi, artist Mandira Ravindranath displays some fascinating paintings and designs inspired by sea glass. Mandira has been intrigued by the formation for sea glass, how ordinary objects like discarded pieces of broken bottles dumped at beaches are transformed magically into beautiful patterns and designs. Her intrinsic love for sea glass inspired her to try and replicate them on paper.
The techniques that I basically use, my main medium is ink on paper. I feel that medium gives me the most control over what I want to express, because I like putting a lot of detail into work, like a lot of intricate details. So the ink and the pen medium gives me the most freedom with that. And I try to balance that a little bit visually with acrylic paint, so that you'll see in most of them there is a sort of combination of ink and paint.
These beautiful paintings are a product of Mandira's 2 years of hard work. Even though she's professionally trained in fashion designing, line drawing and illustration have always been her first love. In 2014, Mandira made her foray into the field of art with her first independent exhibition at the India International Centre.
Few years ago, I was in a place called Jordan with my husband, jahan pe we were just on the beach, and usually on the beach you see these shells washed up on the sand, but then we found these glass pieces, and we couldn't understand what it was because it was not shiny, it was soft glass. So then we looked it up on Google and everything, and it's jo bhi cheez like discard ki jati hai, that kind of gets sucked into the ocean, and it kind of is worked upon by the waves, sand, stones, and everything, and it comes back as these softened pieces, and people actually collect it, they make jewelry out of it, so it's like something that people look for.
Not just multiple acrylic colors, Mandira also uses black and white ink to create repetitive patterns that reveal the complex structure and formation of sea glass. Her patient and precision-oriented personality accurately manifests in her artwork.
I think it's a wonderful, beautiful work and a lot of hard work. Lot of hard work I can see. It's very intricately done.
The imagination she's put up is beautiful because she's not left any thing about the sea. She's taken all the concept of the sea, and that is the beautiful thing about this exhibition.
Frosted and translucent in appearance, these pieces of sea glass give one a glimpse of the hidden charms of the underwater realms. How nature hugs these mundane pieces from our daily lives and transforms them into fascinating shapes. That, of course, was a visual delight. Up next is a dance performance that is bound to mesmerize you. It said dance is a celebration of life. But do you know that it can be used also to spread a social message? Yes, Chetna shows us how this can be done. Chetna, an insight into consciousness, sends the audience soul searching and more. Take a look for yourself. Presented by India International Centre, Chetna brings back-to-back double bill performances, Mrik Trishna and Jai Ganesh. Giving life to elegant moves of Bharatnatyam and contemporary style, both performances leave a very fascinating message for the audience.
मृग तृष्णा इज एक जैसे एक मृग अपना कस्तूरी मृग एक उस कस्तूरी नाम का जो खुशबूदार चीज़ को ढूंढते हुए भटकती है, जंगलों में भटकती है। लाइक इसी तरीके से ह्यूमन बीइंग जो है वो खुशी को ढूंढते हुए, एक गोल को ढूंढते हुए कि यहाँ मेरा गोल है और यहाँ मेरा खुशी मिलेगा, ऐसे इसी चक्कर में वो पूरी लाइफ जो है वो घूम रहा है। लेकिन जैसे जैसे उम्र बढ़ता है उसके अंदर एक टेंशन आ जाता है कि मेरे पास टाइम भी हो गया और मेरे बराबर के लोग और ज़्यादा मेरे से अचीव कर चुके हैं, अभी मुझे और अचीव करना है। तो ये जो चीज़ है ये मृग तृष्णा है और आखिरी में ये पता चलता है कि वो ये सब कहीं और नहीं है, ये खुशी हमारे अंदर ही है।
He follows me down the dark streets of my mind.
Mrig Trishna is a dance theatre production that probes into the human mind in its search for achieving happiness, a search that never stops. The performance raises critical questions. Is success bigger than happiness? If not, why do people run behind success at the cost of happiness? Dancers Preetpal Singh and Aparajita Sharma bring out the theme of Mrig Trishna through a collective dance piece. Using effective choreography and beautifully conceptualized music, Mrig Trishna depicts the endless chase of humans for happiness.
It's like a mirage. We are searching for something और हम उसको फॉलो करते हैं, we get that. बट फिर भी हमें लगता है नहीं, इसमें भी कमी है. तो ये फेयर है जो चलता रहता है.
पांच तत्व आकाश हवा धरती अग्नि और पानी, आसमान में सूरज चंदा छिंदन सजे सितारे, शीतल मंद सुगंध हवाएं जीवन रोज सवारे, अग्नि तत्व किरणें सूरज की ताप प्रकाश सजाए, अन्न फूल फल पेड़ लताएं धरती माँ उपजाए, सागर नदियाँ झरने झीलें बरसे छम छम पानी, जीव जंतु बन रहे सुरक्षित, बात हमें समझानी, ये बात हमें समझानी.
The second performance, Jai Ganesh, depicts our love for animals. The delightful performance has a clear message. It calls for prevention of cruelty against animals. The performance highlights the exploitation of animals by men through Hindu mythological tales.
इसमें हमने 10 एनिमल्स दिखाया हुआ है जो एंडेंजर्ड एनिमल्स हैं, और आदमी जो है ह्यूमन बीइंग जो है वो एनिमल्स को अपने बेनिफिट के लिए, अपने मटेरियल बेनिफिट के लिए, सेल्फिश इंटरेस्ट के लिए उनको हैरस करता है, मारता है, एंड फॉर मटेरियल बेनिफिट्स। एट द सेम टाइम उनको वो पूजा भी करता है। सो उस टाइम जब मारते वक्त उनको ये नहीं लगता कि कितना, मतलब ये भी एक भगवान का क्रिएशन है जो हमारे साथ रहते हैं, जस्ट बिकॉज इनकी ज़ुबान नहीं है और बोल नहीं सकते उनको हम मार रहे हैं। सो इसको हम अलग अलग एनिमल्स के बारे में अलग अलग माइथोलॉजिकल स्टोरीज़ दिखा रहे हैं, कुछ सुनी हुई, कुछ अनसुनी, एंड जिससे रियलाइजेशन हो सकता है कि हम जो कर रहे हैं ये गलत है, क्योंकि ये भगवान का ही रूप है।
Renowned Bharatnatyam dancer Kanak Sudhakar beautifully manages to cultivate a sense of love, pride and respect for animals. Dancing for a social cause. This performance just proved that while being a representation of beauty, dance is also a powerful tool through which we can spread social messages and also bring about the much required change that our society needs today. With that, it's time for me to wrap up today's episode. Hope you liked the performances. In case you missed it, you can catch the entire edition on our YouTube link. We'll see you same time next week with more interesting stories. Until then, take very good care of yourself. It's me, Teena Jha, signing off on behalf of the entire team.